The millionaire throws away the wooden box, the poor mother picks it up and discovers the secret that makes both tears. Have you ever felt that a seemingly meaningless action can change the lives of two people? This is a surprising and emotional story about a wooden box, a rich man, and a homeless single mother. Watch until the end to decide for yourself, is this fate or just an amazing coincidence? Liam Donovan, a successful millionaire, walked hesitantly on an empty street. The faint light from the street lamp shined down on his shiny leather shoes. In his hand was a small wooden box, worn over time. With a heavy sigh, he stood in front of a large trash can on the corner of the street. The past is not worth keeping anymore, he thought to himself, his hand loosening on the box. The box fell with a small noise, resting in the darkness of the crate. Liam turned away, as if he had just thrown away a whole part of his life. In another corner, Clara stood in the dark. Her bare feet felt the cold from the road, her trembling hands tightly held the hands of her twin daughters, Mia and Luna. The two children, their eyes wide, looked at their mother's eyes full of anticipation. Maybe he just threw away the food, Clara thought to herself, hope flashing in her tired eyes. You guys stand here, don't move, she said softly, walking quickly toward the trash can. When Clara lifted the lid of the trash can, the sound of wood scraping against metal was heard. Inside is a small, unusually beautiful box. It could be valuable, she thought, her hands clutching the box tightly as the thrill rose. She took a few steps back, put the box down and gently opened it. As soon as the lid of the box opened, a faint smell of old wood escaped. Inside was not food like she expected, but dozens of photos. She scrolled through each photo, until one photo stunned her. It was a photo of her, from 5 years ago. In the photo, she is wearing an evening gown that she can no longer remember owning. Next to her was a man, Liam Donovan, the same man who had just left. What is this? Why am I here, with him? Clara thought, holding the photo with trembling hands. But what stunned her more was Liam's smile, a smile identical to Mia and Luna's smiles. Clara held the photo tightly in her hand, breathing heavily. Memories of that night rushed back into her head, like fragmented pieces of a painting that had not been touched for a long time. That was 5 years ago, when she still had a stable job and a simple life. An old friend begged her to attend a big party. This will be your chance to change your life, the invitation echoed in Clara's head. At that time, she put aside her worries and decided to try something new. The image of the party appears clearly, shimmering light from crystal chandeliers, echoing music, and people wearing lavish outfits. Clara was lost in a world where she did not belong, a world full of charm but also fear. She remembers drinking a few glasses of wine, to forget her shyness. And then, her eyes met a man standing in the middle of the crowd, Liam Donovan. He looked as if the light of the whole room was focused on him, with his confident smile and attractive demeanor. Why didn't I realize it from the beginning? Clara whispered, looking back at the photo. But everything after meeting Liam is vague. She only remembers laughter, music, and an intoxicating feeling that swept her into the vortex of that night. The next morning, she woke up alone, with no clue as to what had happened. But now, this photo, and the familiar smiles on the two daughters' faces, are irrefutable evidence. Clara took a deep breath, trying to suppress the fear that was taking over her mind. He is the father of his children, she thought to herself, looking towards Mia and Luna, innocently playing with pieces of cardboard. These children had endured so much with her, from nights sleeping on cold streets to poor meals. Clara knows she cannot continue to live in silence. He needs to know the truth. And I won't let fear stop me. Clara stuffed the photo into her pocket, then turned to her two children. I'll be right back. Be good kids. Her eyes shone with determination, even though doubt still arose in her heart. How will Liam Donovan react? Clara walked decisively, each step carrying determination. She held the wooden box tightly in her arms, as if it contained all her life's hopes. Liam Donovan is a millionaire, powerful and aloof, while she is just a homeless mother with 2 young children. This thought seemed to pull her back, but the image of Mia and Luna in her mind motivated her to continue. Clara finds Liam at a fancy cafe. Through the glass door, she saw him sitting in a separate corner, immersed in conversations with his partner, looking not at all worried. Clara's heart beat strongly. She took a deep breath, walked through the door and walked straight towards him. "Excuse me, Liam Donovan." Liam raised his head, his sharp eyes slightly surprised when he saw the strange woman in front of him. She looked tired, but there was something in her eyes that made him unable to look away. "We need to talk," Clara said, her voice shaking but determined. Liam frowned slightly, but motioned for his partners to leave. When they were gone, he leaned back in his chair, looking at Clara curiously. "What can I do for you?" Clara placed the wooden box on the table. "Do you remember this box?" Liam looked at the box, his eyes filled with confusion. "That's what I just threw away." "Where did you get it from?" Clara didn't answer right away, instead pulling the photo out of her pocket and placing it in front of him. "This is me, 5 years ago, at a party he also attended." Liam looked at the photo, his eyes squinted as he tried to remember. Scenes from the past flash across the horizon, music, lights, and the silhouette of an energetic woman. "I remember that party," he said slowly. Clara raised her head, her eyes met his eyes. "My 2 daughters, Mia and Luna, are your children." That moment seemed frozen. Liam looked at Clara, then at the photo, and finally at the 2 children standing outside the window, curiously watching their mother. His face stiffened, his eyes scanned the features of the children's faces, the eyes, the smiles, everything looked exactly like him. "Are you kidding?" Liam's voice was full of doubt. "I wish I could joke," Clara answered, her voice filled with pain. "I don't want this. But I can't continue to let my child grow up in this situation without you knowing the truth." Liam looked out the window, where Mia and Luna were still laughing innocently. A strange feeling arose within him, something he had never felt before, connection. Liam sat quietly, his eyes never leaving the 2 girls outside the window. Mia and Luna's faces were like a mirror reflecting his own features, those eyes, that nose, that smile, it was undeniable. He turned to look at Clara, his voice full of skepticism but mixed with fear. "Why didn't you find me sooner?" Liam asked, his hands tightening on the wooden box. Clara took a deep breath. "You think I don't want to? I didn't even know who you were until I saw this photo. And you think I can easily enter the world of someone like you? I'm just a homeless mother resident, and you are a millionaire." Liam was silent. Clara's words were like a knife stabbing into his self-esteem. He always lives in his world, a world full of power and wealth, but also full of distance from ordinary people. Finally, Liam spoke, his voice low, "I need time to verify this. If it's true, I will do what I have to do." Clara pursed her lips, her eyes were cold. "Don't verify to deny, but verify to understand that you not only owe me an explanation, but also owe my children a future." In the days that followed, Liam put all his resources into learning about Clara and her life. He received a detailed report from the investigator. Reading each line, Liam felt like he was opening a book that he didn't know he had partly written. Clara used to have a stable life, until difficulties came, losing her job, losing her home, and finally wandering the streets with her 2 children. The report also revealed something he didn't expect: Clara had never taken advantage of him or anyone else to seek help. Liam closed the file, his eyes thoughtful. Faint memories of the party gradually became clearer in my mind. He remembered seeing Clara in the crowd, her simple beauty standing out among the flashy outfits. He remembered being captivated by the honesty in her eyes, something he rarely found in his world. The next day, Liam invited Clara and the 2 children to meet him. Mia and Luna, innocent and timid, entered the room. Liam bent down to the girls' eye level and said softly, "Hello kids. I'm Liam. Luna smiled brightly. Who are you? Are you my father? That moment seemed to stop time. Liam felt an emotion he had never experienced before, something called family. He looked at Clara, her eyes were still wary, but there was also a glimmer of hope. Liam bent down, his eyes gently looking at the two girls who were curiously waiting for an answer. If you want, I will try to become your father, he spoke slowly, emotion choked in his voice. Mia and Luna burst into giggles and ran to hug him. Not. Luna called out, making Liam's heart melt. Clara stood silently in a corner, her eyes filled with tears. She had never seen Liam, someone who was once distant and cold, become so close and warm. But there was still doubt in her heart. Is Liam really trying, or is this just a passing action? Over the following weeks, Liam spent time getting to know Mia and Luna. He took them out, bought books, and participated in the two girls' drawing lessons. Every smile and every laugh of the two children makes him feel even greater responsibility. However, not all is smooth sailing. People in Liam's high society began to gossip. At a big party, Victoria, Liam's ex-fiancée, appeared. She looked at Clara with contemptuous eyes and said sarcastically, "It's amazing that you chose someone like her. Is it compassion or stupidity, Liam?" Clara heard every word, her heart clenched. But before she could say anything, Liam stepped forward, his voice strong. Clara doesn't need anyone's approval. She's the mother of my children, and that means more to me than anything else. Victoria was stunned, but Liam didn't care. He turned to Clara, his eyes sincere, "I won't let anyone hurt you again. I promise." That evening, Clara and Liam sat in the garden behind the big house. The light sparkled on the tree branches, creating a peaceful scene. Liam put his hand on Clara's hand, his voice lowered, "I know I made a mistake. But I want to make it right. Not just for Mia and Luna, but for you too. I don't want you to think that you're just a liability." Clara looked at him, her eyes hesitant. "I can't trust him completely yet. But I will give him a chance, for the children's sake." Since then, Liam began to change. He not only supported Clara and the two girls financially but also began to participate in their daily lives. He learned how to cook with Clara, played with his children, and even watched movies with the whole family every Saturday night. One day, Mia accidentally called Liam, "Dad, play tag with me." Both Clara and Liam were stunned. But when he smiled and replied, "Dad here," Mia and Luna burst out laughing happily. From a person lost in the past to a responsible father, Liam Donovan has gone through a journey full of transformations. Is love strong enough to overcome all difficulties and bring complete happiness to the family? This family? Don't leave, the ending will make you unforgettable. As time passed, the bond between Liam and his new family deepened. Clara, Mia, and Luna have found a home, not just a place to live, but a place where they truly belong. But this happiness is not without challenges. One morning, Liam came up with an unexpected idea. He wants to throw a big party at his house, not only to introduce Mia and Luna to his friends, but also to confirm Clara's place in his life. "You deserve respect, Clara. And I will show it to the world," Liam said with determination. Clara, initially hesitant, eventually agrees. She realized that Liam wasn't just talking, he really wanted to build a new life for the whole family. On the day of the party, the villa was brightly lit. Mia and Luna in pretty little dresses, running everywhere with bright smiles. Clara, in an elegant dress that Liam prepared just for her, walked down the stairs. Liam waited for her at the bottom of the steps, his eyes filled with admiration. "You are very beautiful," he said, and Clara just smiled slightly, still a little shy. However, amid the happy atmosphere, curious eyes and whispers still surrounded Clara. A guest, Howard, approached with a sarcastic tone, "I didn't expect Liam to bring someone like you here. How did you convince him?" Before Clara could react, Liam stepped forward. "Howard, if you have any further insults, you can leave here now. This is my home, and Clara is someone I cherish. I don't need your approval." Liam's words made the surrounding crowd silent. Clara looked at him, her eyes sparkling. That was the moment she understood that Liam had truly changed, no longer a man who only knew about himself and his career, but a man willing to protect the people he loved. The party ended with a special surprise. Liam knelt down in front of Clara, holding a sparkling ring. "Clara, you have given me a family that I never thought I deserved. I not only want to be a father to your children, but I also want to be your companion for life. Do you agree? Or not?" All eyes turned to Clara. She looked at Liam with tears in her eyes, then looked at Mia and Luna. The two girls were holding hands tightly, their eyes shining. Clara nodded, speechless. The room erupted in applause. Mia and Luna ran to hug both of them, the girls' laughter rang out like a happy song. So the story has ended with a perfect ending. What do you think about this journey? Can love and change heal all wounds? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see more meaningful stories. After the engagement party, Clara and Liam's family's lives gradually entered a stable orbit. Mia and Luna, from shy children, have now integrated into their new environment with Liam's support. Every morning, the laughter of two little girls echoes throughout the villa when the whole family eats breakfast together. One afternoon, Liam played football with Mia and Luna in the garden, while Clara stood far away, holding a book but not taking her eyes off the scene in front of her. He held each little girl up high, laughter rang out endlessly. Liam doesn't look like a busy millionaire anymore, he's simply a devoted father. Clara stepped forward, smiling as Liam placed Mia on the ground. "You've changed a lot," she said softly. Liam looked at her, his eyes filled with gratitude. "It's because of you. You and the kids have shown me what's really important in life." One day, Liam suggested that the whole family visit Clara's hometown. When she returned to the small village where she grew up, Clara felt like all the burdens in her heart were lifted. The people here, who have not seen each other for a long time, are now surprised by the change in her life. Liam stood in the middle of the village, feeling the simplicity he had never experienced in his life. "I want to contribute something to this place," he said to Clara. And then, he decided to build an educational center for children in the village, a tribute to Clara's past and a gift for the future of future generations. As time passes, the love and bond of this family grows stronger. One evening, when the whole family gathered around the dinner table, Liam suddenly announced, "I have good news. We are about to welcome a new member." Clara, surprised, but her eyes flashed with happiness. Mia and Luna jumped up excitedly. "Are we going to have a baby?" The story ends with the image of the whole family sitting on a bench on the porch, under the golden sunset. Mia and Luna sat between Liam and Clara, their small arms hugging their parents tightly. Clara leaned against Liam, a happy smile on her lips. New life brings Clara's family many surprises and joy. One of the biggest changes has been creating small but meaningful traditions as a family. Every Saturday night, they organize it, family night. The villa is brightly lit, the living room turns into a cozy space with soft blankets, large pillows, and the aroma of popcorn. Mia and Luna, in cute pajamas, sat around with Liam and Clara watching classic family movies. "What should we watch today, Dad?" Luna asked, her eyes shining. Liam smiled, holding up a movie disc, A Fairy Tale, for My Two Princesses. Clara sat next to her, quietly observing this scene. Her heart warmed when she saw the bond she thought she could never have. One day, Clara decided to have a picnic with Liam in their large garden. Her skillful hands prepare simple but delicious dishes, while Liam arranges games for the two girls. When the whole family sat under the canopy of the tree, the golden sunlight shining through the leaves, Mia suddenly said, "I like being with my parents the most." The girl's innocent words made Liam and Clara look at each other, speechless. I used to think I didn't deserve this, Liam confides in Clara as they sit together at the end of the day. But thanks to you, thanks to my children, I have understood that love is not something to fear. It is something to fight for and cherish. The first Christmas together became a memorable milestone. The whole family decorated the large pine tree in the middle of the living room. Mia and Luna hung each lamp and sparkling bauble with Liam's help. Clara prepared cookies and hot cocoa, and the whole house smelled as sweet as a warm hug. Christmas Eve, when the gifts were opened, Liam held Clara's hand and looked deeply into her eyes. Thank you for giving me a family. I will do everything to make you and the children happy. Clara didn't answer, just smiled and leaned her head on his shoulder. On the other side, Mia and Luna were playing with new toys, the laughter of the two girls rang out like happy music. Liam, Clara, Mia and Luna's journey is not only a story of reunion, but also a great lesson about courage, forgiveness, and the power of love. Stay until the end to discover the profound message this story brings. In the following days, Liam and Clara's small family continued to cultivate beautiful moments. Liam became not only a loving father but also a devoted partner, always ready to support Clara in everything. He began to use his wealth and influence to help not only Clara, but also many other families in difficult situations like hers before. Clara also gradually became an inspiration for other women. She began sharing her story, from being a homeless single mother to finding love and raising a family, in meetings at community support centers. Life doesn't always give you easy things, she said during a chat. But if you hold on to hope and don't give up, miracles can happen. Mia and Luna, now a bit older, often join their mother in volunteer activities. Little Mia, with bright eyes, told a group of children at the center, "Your mother said that no matter where you are or what you do, you always deserve a loving family." One day, Liam decided to take the whole family back to the place where their story began, the street corner where Clara found the wooden box. They stood together, quietly looking into that small corner. "If it weren't for this box, we would never have met," Liam said, his voice deep. Clara took his hand, her eyes shining with gratitude. "It's not just a box, Liam. It's a choice to not give up hope." The whole family opened a new box together. Inside were family photos they had taken over the years. Mia and Luna giggled when they saw their photo, while Liam and Clara looked at each other, bright smiles on their faces. The story of Liam, Clara, Mia, and Luna is more than just a personal journey. It has become a symbol of hope, forgiveness, and the power of love. This is the final part, where let's look back at what they have built and send an inspirational message to all of us. Please follow along to fully feel the meaning of this story. With each passing day, Liam and Clara's family becomes more and more connected. From simple breakfasts to evenings full of laughter, together they have built a home that is not only a shelter, but also a space of love and sharing. One afternoon, Liam sat on a bench in the garden, Mia and Luna sitting on either side of him. The three were looking intently at Clara, who was teaching them how to make crafts. "Dad thinks Mom is great," Luna said with a voice full of admiration. "Dad thinks so too," Liam replied, his eyes filled with love as he looked towards Clara. But the most special thing is how Liam and Clara decided to expand their love. Together they founded a charity organization called Hope House, which provides shelter and education for homeless families, especially single mothers like Clara before her. "We want to share our story, not to make people admire, but to let them know that anyone can change their life, as long as they don't give up hope," Liam said during the opening ceremony. Clara, standing beside him, smiled brightly. "The wooden box I found not only brought change to my family, but also symbolized forgotten opportunities. We hope to bring such boxes to those who need them." Mia and Luna, now confident girls, often help their mother and father in the organization's activities. "I think everyone deserves a warm home like us," Mia said as she drew pictures to raise funds. At the end of the story, the whole family gathers together for a peaceful evening. Liam looked at Clara, holding her hand. "I can't imagine my life without you and the children. Thank you for giving me what money can never buy, a real family." Clara leaned her head on his shoulder and whispered, "And thank you for choosing to be a part of our lives." In the sunset, the image of the whole family together is like a perfect picture. Without luxury, they found true happiness, from forgiveness, gratitude, and unconditional love. This story not only ends with a happy ending, but is also a reminder that any of us can create a family through effort and love. What do you think is the greatest value this story brings? Please comment your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to continue discovering other inspirational stories.